What's going on, guys? Chris here, back again with another market video for you guys today. In this one, I'm going to be showing you guys trend trading or fluctuation trading, whichever one you want to call it. This is a method that I love to do, and this is how I make the majority of my coins. I'm going to give you guys tips on what to look out for, how to trade with these cards, how to study their prices, and stuff like that. This is something that I know a lot of people ask me about. How do I make coins with a certain budget? This is that budget where you can make coins between 100k and like millions upon millions. Anything over 100k you can do with this method. You'd have to apply it on a lower scale though if you had only 100,000 coins, because when it comes to fluctuation trading, you're buying a card on a certain hour and you're selling it at another hour. Why does this happen? It happens because cards get rare at times and they rise. Cards also at times get supplied too much because they're out of packs. They get supplied by people listing them on the market over and over and over again, and the demand just isn't there. And it's a coincidence, right? There's times of the day where cards just go lower, and you can never tell the exact point of a card dropping. It's always random, right? So Chiellini was a couple hours ago like 160s. He's now back to 177. You have, for example, Suchek's in Form 86 was like, 68,000 coins, about 1 p.m. today. He went down to like 60. He's now back to 65. There's certain trends that I can show you right now as to why cards do the things they do. Before we get into the video, by the way, if you guys could drop a like on it and subscribe if you're new around here, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Now, what to look out for when it comes to fluctuation trading? You're going to want to look at what is in the game. Have some market awareness on this, okay? What's in objectives, what's in SBCs, and what is in packs right now? Could those cards that are in packs, objectives, or SBCs influence the player that I'm looking at on the market? And if it does, I might stay away from that a little bit. If you see a card that's down like 25,000 coins and then you see a card that's in packs influencing that price, maybe you should stay away from that a little bit, because you're kind of getting into fluctuation trading and that might not be the best card for you to buy at that time. There's plenty of cards to do this with, by the way. What I love about this method is that you can do any Team of the Week card that's out of packs. You can do any promo card, freeze cards, headliners, what if cards, road to the finals, rule breakers, record breakers. So many different SBs, so many different cards. And I would say this to you guys: take advantage of EA and all the promos they release. If you want to make a lot of coins in this game, take advantage of as many players as you can with methods like this that I'm going to show you in today's video. So let me show you guys a few things, right? This Reuben Diaz here at 292, I'm watching it. And the reason I'm watching it is because he was in the 270s earlier today. I've already sold one at 293. I have another one that I have to sell at 293. I picked them both up at 270. Okay, let me show you the graph of Reuben Diaz earlier today. Now, he went from 282 all the way to 291. He went down to 273. He rebounded to 296. And that's what caught my eye right there. The fact that he went down to 273 and he went up another 20,000 coins back to 296. Now, if you don't trust the graph, say you don't trust it, right? Go to market sales history. See what he's selling for on certain times. If I go all the way earlier today around 1 p.m., he's 289, 290, 290. Pretty consistently. 297, 289, 290. All I need to know is that if he sells at 290, anything at 270 is fair game for me. So if you look right here, as the day goes on, it doesn't actually show it in this right here, but he goes down to 279. Now, this is false. You could have actually got him at 270 multiple times. 272, 273. A lot of them popped up, right? And that happens sometimes because a card just gets overloaded by supply. Think of it as like you're about to list your card on the market. If you see Reuben Diaz at 274, you're more inclined to sell it at 273. So, what this does is it creates a domino effect. If you list at 293, somebody else is going to list at 292. Sorry, if you're going to list at 273, somebody's going to list at 272. Then someone's going to list at 270. And sometimes there's certain hours of the day where the market just doesn't have a lot of buying power. And then other times of the day, they might be more buying power and cards get rare, and that's why they go up. So that's kind of like how fluctuations happen. We talk about it. There's a question that I always get asked, and it's, how do I know if a card is low because of a fluctuation or low because of what's in packs or whatever? You just answered it, right? What is in packs, what's in objectives, and what is in SPCs? If that's influencing the price, maybe stay away from it. If nothing else is influencing it, Reuben Diaz, fair game. Chiellini, fair game. Souček, fair game. Those are cards that are not being affected by anything on the market, but just sheer fluctuation. So you could buy them on their low, you could sell them on their high. It's a very, very easy and simple concept to grasp. Now, I would also, if I were you guys, really take a look at bidding when it comes to a card when he's on low fluctuation. So earlier today, I picked a Souček up at 59,000 coins. Not on bid, but on snipe. I resold it back up to 66,000, okay? And he had a crazy fluctuation today. Now, what you can do, though, is you could see a card, say he goes back down to 60,000 coins. You can find any card that's on bid there, and you can try and try to bid on it for a little bit cheaper. Maybe you can get them at like 59 or 58. And try and get yourself the best possible deal on a card before it goes back up in price. Now, if you look at this Souček card, why I love trading with it, he has no supply. If you look right here, here's a couple there. You got about, all the way to 59 minute, how many cards? You got about 9 pages, right? 9 pages, times that by 6, you got about 54 cards by the 59 minute. That's not a lot of supply for an 86 inform, which is great for fluctuations. So what I did actually just earlier today, I picked up a couple on bid. I got one at 59, 58, so I'm at 66 already. He went back up in price like an hour or two ago. Now he's coming back down again. So what I did, I went on bid, 58.5. Well, what is this price? 59. And this one, 59 as well. I'm going to sell these all three at 66,000 coins. Easily. Definitely going to sell them. I'm going to keep listing every single hour until I can sell them. If you guys want to play it safe, okay, if you guys want to play it safe with fluctuation trading and you don't want EA to kill you in terms of SBCs or whatever, make sure you're getting out of your cards by 6 p.m. the next day. The fluctuation should be less than a 24-hour hold. So, like, for example, me, you know, I have all these cards that I've already sold, about 14, 15 cards. I still got about like 7 or 8 cards left to sell. They're gonna be out of my club by tomorrow 6 p.m. I'm not gonna have them in there. And I get liquid and I restart the day with, you know, and just be very, very careful with buying cards like maybe a couple at like an hour before 6 p.m. content. Because if EA released like a party bag, they release like an icon player pick, then you bought a card on the low of its fluctuation, but he's just not gonna rebound that fast because of what was released in the game. So you almost want to see what content's out before you go out and buy a card. If a card's fluctuating and there's not crazy content, like today, for example, there was not this crazy content today. So I had the license to just go and do fluctuations. Look at this Suarez inform, by the way. Just there's the rarity, the absolute rarity on these cards is incredible. And these they fluctuate a lot. Let me show you Suarez's graph. If you don't believe me while you're watching this video right now, let me show you guys 89 overall Suarez. So he's 115 right now, but if you go take a look at his graph yesterday, 96k to 118, down to 102, back to 111, down to 105, back to 114, down to 109, back up to 115 almost. Now, when you're looking at these prices on Fubin, a couple things to kind of take a look at here. These prices might be the price of this. This is the cheapest price on the market right now. But sometimes what happens is somebody will put this card up, let's say for 100k, and clearly the guy's going for 115. Flippin will sometimes like get that price instead, and that's just kind of based on their analytics and stuff. They'll pick that price at 100k, they'll put it on Flippin. Somebody will look at that price on Flippin and say, that's probably what Suarez 89 worth. I'm going to list mine up at 99k or 98,000 coins. And right there, you get a crazy deal because of Flippin. And that's something I want you guys to really take advantage of, is sometimes they don't update their price that much. Look, 20 minutes ago, this guy hasn't been updated in price. You know, it's a really good way to make coins. I've made a lot of money this year. Chiellini was a great example, right? Chiellini necessarily didn't go all the way down to 160. He might have had like 1 or 2 at 165 to 168. But he got listed up on Flippin at 162. The next cheapest was 171 according to Flippin. So what I said to myself was like, he was at 180 earlier in the daytime. Let me go and see if I can find a 160 pop up. 162 popped up. I'm going to pick it up. And I sold him at 176 for a couple thousand coins profit. Another thing is, when you're looking at fluctuations on a card, sometimes you might say to yourself, all right, 118 goes down to 102. I'm going to automatically pick up at 102. Relax. You don't have to just necessarily pick them up at 102. Monitor the supply of the card. If there's multiple at 102, hold off. Let them drop a little bit further. See if there's other undercuts coming. You always want to look at the best possible price for a card. So say you bought at 102 and then you sold for like 110, 111. You're only making 3 to 4K there. But if you waited for 100K to pop up, boom, he goes back up to 111. You're making 5K a card there. So it's almost best sometimes to just be patient with it when it comes to fluctuations. The only time I would not do this method, or I would be careful with this method, is on Saturdays and Sundays or during market crashes. When the market is dropping like a shit ton, it's hard to fluctuate trade because it's hard to pinpoint their bottom. So if we get a party bag SBC come out, or we get an icon player pick, that could negatively affect the market, and sometimes your fluctuations aren't going to be as good because every card on the game will look like it's on its low fluctuation. It's not like that though. Some of them that are rare will bounce back up, but in this case for you guys, I would trade on like a natural market. If the market is like today, for example, on Monday, you could trade via fluctuations like I was doing today with guys like Lorente, Suchek, Goretzka, Hinteregger, Mahrez, Reuben Diaz, Chiellini, Casemiro. These are all players that I was able to look at and flip today. Just by kind of going around the market and just seeing, what these guys are selling for. Now, I would also say to you guys, a lot of people ask me, how do I know what cards to trade with? It's quite simple. It really is. Go on to Fuppin, and you can use this right here. You can go Team of the Weeks, go right here, Fuppin, go to Current Team of the Week, All Team of the Weeks. Look through every one of them. Now, maybe stay away from the guys that are in packs, right? Because they're still being technically supplied. But anything out of packs, fair game, okay? And like I said to you guys, you have to look at what's in objectives, what's in SBCs, and what is in packs right now to see if that's good for fluctuations. So I'll just go through some of these right now. If Team of the Week 21 doesn't work out for you, go to Team of the Week 10. Go to Team of the Week 16. Go to different type of Team of the Weeks. Don't just stick to like 5 or 6 different players. The more players you look at, the more profit you will make. I am telling you guys right now, it is my biggest pet peeve when someone tells me, I don't know who to trade with. You're not looking hard enough. You're just not. Okay, there's so many players in this game. Freeze players, headliners, road to the finals, record breakers, Team Week 10, Team Week 15, Team Week 7, Team Week 4. There's so many cards that are rare that fluctuate every single day. So, and another thing as well, by the way, say for example this Lukaku here. Okay, he's 110,000 coins right now, and I go and take a look at his fluctuation. He's currently 110 down to 104. Okay, I'd probably look for 100K there. Goes back up to 110, I make 5K, right? Goes down again to 104, I'm looking at 100. That's the price I'm looking at. He goes back to 112, down to 105. I'm looking, because he hit a 112, I'm looking for a 102. He then rebounds up a little bit. Right now he's 110, but because he has multiple informs, that's not going to discourage me to go and look at his price. Maybe I'll find a deal on this guy. And I'm looking at this card and other people aren't making that same effort to do that. So I look 80K to 111. Let's see if we can find a Lukaku. Let's go all the way to the 59 minute, and let's just see if we can find one at a price that we like, maybe like 101 or 102. Nothing there, okay? Looks like nothing is on that, but at least I made the effort, because I've done this so many times this year where I've taken about an hour of my time to look through cards that have multiple informs, and what's great about multiple informs is that these cards are harder to find. So it's not as easy to kind of trade with them, and that's what makes them amazing to trade with. Because if you know how to look through these cards, other people do not, you'll have the advantage. You have the advantage all day long. A guy that I like trading with a lot is Bernardo Silva. His 89 inform is 160,000 coins. I love trading with this card because I can just put his price range in right there, 130 to 160, and then I could go take a look and see if there's any undercuts. 157 popped up there. I'm just going to put it on the transfer target, see if it sells, right? If I see a 145, boom, picking it up. And you'll find that. I'm telling you guys right now, you will find that. I hope this video helped you guys out. Second informs, multiple informs, those type of cards I love trading with. And I think you guys should really adopt that as well. If the 88 Lukaku doesn't sell or isn't good to trade with, I'll go to the 87 or the 86 card. And I'll find their fluctuations. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This method is incredible. I love doing it. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys in the video soon. Peace out.